of this live, I told you all, if you notice, every single thing that Russia is doing is a defensive response to what the West is doing to them.
Yes.
This is a fail-safe. It's not a first strike.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah. Any other questions?
Like,
Yeah.
just
Any
went to the
other
store,
questions?
stocked up on everything. Like, just went to the store, stocked up on everything. Step on everything.
Time to pray, folks. Really is. If you haven't found God, pray, folks. I truly, really do. Found God, pray, folks. I truly, really do. Time's running out. And for any of you who are sitting there going, why is this happening? Why now? Why me? Why? Sitting there going, why? Because I was one of those people. Why now? Why me? Why? Remember that every single thing that is happening right now, was foretold over 2,000 years ago. Right now, was foretold over 2,000 years ago. Right now, and that's why I said, what is meant to happen will. That's why I said, what is meant to happen. And what better fire?
Someone has their mic open. Someone has their mic open.
Did you guys not hear? Don't be afraid. I mean it, folks. Seriously. Don't be afraid. It won't do you any good. I mean it, folks. It won't change the outcome. Don't be afraid.
You know what?
It won't be good. I mean it, folks. It won't change the outcome.
Say here at our house, if things kind of start to make us feel a little bit stressed out, we just say, we're going to just play that. We're on Team Jesus. We win no matter what. Stressed out. We just say, we're going to just play that. We're on Team Jesus.
Now's the time to stop worrying about all the political nonsense that's going on, because it's all just nothing more than a huge distraction. Take this time, folks, to reconnect with your family, to get close to them, to cherish the time that you have, because as the Bible famously says, tomorrow isn't guaranteed. But it also says 365 times, be not afraid. That's one for every single day of the year. Don't think that was a coincidence.
How's that expression go? Yea, though I walk through the valley of death, I shall fear no evil.
I ride my staff, they comfort me. Yep.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, that's Psalms 23, one of my favorites.
Absolutely.
So do you think our government knew about this fail-safe system that Russia had?
I'm pretty sure they did. They do.
But do you think that we have the same thing like they do? If
I don't know. I would think so. I don't see why not, but I don't know.
I think it could be I believe it's a scare tactic almost, from what you said in a little ways, to make us cower down because we got a weak president.
It's not a scare tactic. It's a warning. It's a warning telling us that even if we think that we're going to defeat them and kill every single last Russian, that they will get the last word.
Not only that, we don't know what China has because of Russia.
Don't know. Don't know. We are living in unprecedented times, folks, because even during the height of the Cold War, I don't think we ever heard about any of this stuff. Um, is there a possibility that all of this happened back then too, and they just didn't tell us? Absolutely. I'm not saying that it's not the case, but the blatant notification to the general public that, hey, this is what we have, because I was in the military and I didn't even know that this system existed until I was told about it today. And the message that I was given is you've got less than a month. Prepare, prepare.
My question is why all of a sudden that they supposedly activated it?
Because Russia probably feels so threatened and so close to a imminent thermonuclear exchange that they felt as though they had no other choice than to activate it in order to not protect themselves, because it's not the point of this whole thing, but to ensure that the West is not going to enjoy in the spoils, even if they're successful. And this is the crazy part. If our military knows this, if our Pentagon knows this, if our Joint Chiefs know this, if our president knows this, and they're still doing the shit that they're doing, I don't think you need to ask yourself why.
Do you think that maybe this is all coming out now because this is new technology that probably we didn't have back in the Cold War?
This was developed during the Cold War. That when the USSR, the Soviet Union collapsed and they turned into Russia, into the Soviet Federal Republic or whatever it's called now. They inherited the system, and apparently they updated it and activated it today. So yes, our military probably already knows. considering the fact that you can find it on Wikipedia. It's not like it was a hidden secret. It's just that no one knew what to look for. Now we do. I really wish this was a joke. Any questions?
We were talking about this today, and we were saying, no matter how much we've prepared, with, prep stuff, physically, mentally, and spiritually, and told ourselves and know and realize that this is going to be the outcome, it's still going to be major, major shock. And I pray for all those that are still asleep that have no clue what's coming. And it makes me understand better when the Lord says men's heart will fail them for what is going to come upon the earth in the last days.
Yeah, folks. I don't know how I have such a calm right now that I couldn't explain to you. I really couldn't. And I don't know why.
Because the Lord promises you in the Bible that if you're staying close to Him, that He will bless you with a peace beyond all understanding. That's why.
Trust in God, folks. That's all we can do. We've done all that we need to for preparation. Hopefully you guys have. We've done all that we can from getting emergency supplies prepared, emergency backup power, this, that, the other, so on and so forth. And oh, by the way, if this truly does end up happening and you guys don't have Faraday cages or bags or whatever to protect your electronics that you're going to need, you might want to run out there and get them as quickly as you can humanly do so. Because like I said, the information that I got was this is the system that just got activated today. This is what it's intended for. And I went and looked it up, and sure enough, it literally is listed in Wikipedia. And it's been there for a while. I just didn't even know. And then he went on to say, you have less than a month. Prepare, prepare, prepare. I have to go. You won't hear from me again. Click.
I do have a question. Throughout the, world wars and stuff like that, they said that the United States would be hard to invade. That was back when, like, what?
They don't need to invade us.
Well,
They don't need to invade
well,
us.
I'm just saying, like, what they were saying in World War II and stuff. But I'm kind of curious how now everything's different. Have they figured out possibly how they could, if they really wanted to, invade us on our own land?
They don't need to. Why do you think China has purchased so many big properties near key strategic military locations?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Do you think that
What's in those locations?
that's what I'm saying? They figure out a way to invade us by coming through the southern border and going to those purchased lands and eventually be able to invade us.
They're already here. They're already here. They're just waiting. They got their cell phones. All of those thousands and thousands of immigrants, in air quotes, that came across the border, the southern border, through the Darien Gap. They're already here. They have their cell phones. They're just waiting. They're just waiting.
Yeah,
That
and I heard the real number is like 30 million, not this 10 or 12 or whatever they're telling you.
It's well over 25 million when I looked it up on alternative news media about a year ago.
that's what I'm saying. Under disguise of coming through the border and stuff like that. It's not going to be like a military thing, but something inside that's actually military. That's under disguise.
So that makes me think of something else thank you for prompting this thought. What if this is Russia's way of saying you better keep it clean and don't use nukes, or we're going to make sure that there's nothing left of anything anywhere in the world?
Who's to say that maybe there's Russians in here too that come through that border?
Oh yeah, there are.
I'm sure there are. But if you think about it, if you take the number one power that the United States has that poses a threat to Russia out of the equation, I don't think we would be able to survive against an onslaught from both Russia and China at the same time.
It makes sense now why they're doing it, because once they saw Biden open up the border, they're like, well, let's go in there before something else happens. Or another supposedly president, if it gets there, it closes that border. And then once it's closed, then guess what? They're already here.
Well, and it won't just be Russia and China. It's more like Iran, Russia, China, North Korea. Name they're all out to get us.
Did you guys see the post that Matt just put up? 500,000 people in all types of NATO armed forces are currently on high alert in Stoltenberg. And there's B-2 Spirit bombers all lined up on a tarmac runway.
No, I didn't see that yet. I'll have to look up later.
I saw something about Poland and all that is being on high alert, NATO and stuff.
God forgive us. We allowed this to happen, folks. We did. My generation did. We allowed it to happen in the name of comfort.
I ain't gonna say it. I can't say it.
When you just
We let it happen. We let it happen. We literally let it happen. Rather than pushing back, where we were too comfortable in our ways, and we didn't want to rock the boat, and we didn't want to lose our jobs, and we didn't want to get shunned, and we didn't want to get this and that and the other, and that is the direct reason why we are in the mess that we're in today.
People wanted to follow what they thought was the truth, and they still doing it. And that's the reason why we're in where we're at, because they're blind. They thought Biden was the answer to everything. Well, he wasn't.
We thought Trump was the answer to everything as well. Where did that end up?
Whether you like it or not, whether you like him or not, there's some things that he should have kept his mouth shut. He was for the American people, and he did lower the taxes and all that. But other than that, I don't know.
No, he wasn't. No, he wasn't. He did.
He still brags about that shot, and that shot is killing people.
Yeah.
He did just as much shit against the population of this country as every other shitty president that we've had.
100%.
Listen, they've all been crooked for the last, 50, 60, 70 years? It doesn't matter
You
which
still
side.
can't say that he's the lesser of evils. It's not okay anymore. You can't say I'm voting for the lesser of two evils. That day is over.
Yeah, that's where we're at now.
Yeah, because
They're all evil. That's what you got to understand.
That includes Trump.
that's right.
All of them, both sides. Doesn't matter.
Well, then who would you want to vote for then?
None of the above.
I want none of the above, exactly.
Well, who do you think should be president?
We need a reboot.
Absolutely. 100%.
Do you think John F. K. Jr. would have been better? Or not Jr., but the other, John F. K., whatever his name is.
Will. Let me make this easy for you. Okay? Every single politician that exists in every single system, including the federal, state, and local, is corrupt. Every single last one.
And I don't care that Trump is not political. He is now.
I'm shutting up.
Has been since George Washington.
Agreed.
George Washington wasn't even a Christian. He was a deist.
I think I said this before. Power corrupts. Absolute power corrupts absolutely.
Indeed. And our system of government has been steadily rotting from the inside for God knows how many years, folks. And it is rotten to the damn core. The whole entire system is. You can't even break into the system unless you're corrupt and they let you. I really wish people would understand that and stop believing that there's any difference between Republican or Democrat, because there's not.
Well, I guess there'll be a civil war if anybody doesn't want either one. It's either less of one or two evils. I believe Trump would be a little bit better, even though he's an idiot, because he would have stopped this war for the most part. I don't know. We need someone better.
So excuse my French when I say this, but the difference between Biden and Trump is that Biden's fucking you dry, and Trump might spit on your ass before he fucks you. That's the difference.
What a great analogy.
Then why would all the military want him in office than Biden?
Because he lubed up.
No, they respect him because he said what he said to the other countries. And he done it. That's why there was no new wars, because he was for America, and that's why Putin and everybody else didn't do anything when he was in office, as far as I understand.
Oh,
Will,
no.
hang on. Will, do you know?